will continue with the zeroth order reaction. If the rate of reaction is independent of the concentration of reactants, then it is called as the zeroth order reaction. I'll repeat. If the rate of reaction is independent of the concentration of the reactants, then it is called as a zeroth order reaction. Consider a reaction A getting converted to products. How do you write the rate of reaction here? Rate is equal to minus d concentration of A divided by dt, which is equal to K concentration of A raised to 0, because it's independent of the concentration of reactant. Therefore, what do we get here? Minus d concentration of A is equal to K. Therefore, minus d concentration of A is equal to cross multiply K dt. Integrating on both sides from initial concentration at time interval t is equal to 0 to final concentration after time t. What do we get? Integration minus concentration of A 0 to, इथं minus नाही येणार, to concentration of A after time interval t of minus d concentration of A is equal to K integration of dt. Okay. Now, what is d concentration of A, students? It's simply minus concentration of A from 0 to t is equal to kt. What is that? It is minus concentration of A at upper bound minus concentration of A lower bound. Are you okay here? Is equal to kt. So what is this? It is that is ghala, students. It is minus concentration of At plus concentration of A0 is equal to kt. Therefore, K is equal to what? It is concentration of A0 minus concentration of A at time interval t divided by t. Now, this is the equation for rate constant of zeroth order reaction. Okay, important. Now, half life of zeroth order reaction. What is a zeroth order reaction? Where the rate does not depend upon the concentration. So, how do you obtain the rate here? K into A raised to 0. So anything raised to 0 is 1. मग रिऑर्गनायझिंग आणि इंटिग्रेशन केलं. काही मोठं काही नाही आहे. अपर बाउंड मायनस लोअर बाउंड केला इकडं. ओके, मायनस ऑफ मायनस प्लस म्हणून ही टर्म पहिला आली आणि ही टर्म नंतर गेली. हाफ लाईफ ऑफ zeroth order reaction. What is half life? It is the time interval required for the concentration to reduce to half of its initial amount. Half life is the total time taken by the zeroth order reaction to reduce to half of its initial amount. That is, concentration of At is equal to A0 divided by 2 and corresponding time interval is T half. Therefore, what is K equal to then? Is concentration of A0 minus A0 divided by 2, because At is a concentration of A divided by 2 divided by what? T half. आता simple, very easy to understand. What is 1 minus half? It is concentration of A divided by 2 T half. करते हैं. What do we get K as? K is concentration of A0 divided by 2 T half. Therefore, T half is equal to what? Concentration of A0 divided by 2K. Ends the job. This is the half-life period, which is the total time required for the concentration to reduce to half of its initial amount. Ends the job. Clear, students? Okay. When you plot a graph of concentration versus time for half-life, as the time interval increases, the concentration decreases. and therefore you get a graph like this. Clear, students? Are you okay here? Now, what are the examples of zeroth order reaction? Examples are, first, decomposition of ammonia. Decomposition of ammonia on platinum plate. Now, how is this reaction? This is cancelled here. How is this reaction a zeroth order reaction? Students, ammonia molecules, gaseous molecules of ammonia deposit on the platinum plate. The deposition of ammonia molecules on the surface of platinum is very less, depending upon the number of ammonia molecules. Means the availability or the number of ammonia molecules are plenty, but their contact with the platinum plate is only of the few. सांगायचं काय की समजा जर 10 अमोनिया मॉलिक्युल्स आपण जर धरलो तर त्याच्यातलं फक्त एक अमोनिया मॉलिक्यूल कॅन कवर द सरफेस ऑफ प्लॅटिनम. Means the concentration of the reactant there can be considered as negligible, and hence it is a zeroth order reaction. Next, even nitrous oxide, N2O, nitrous oxide, decomposition of nitrous oxide is also a zeroth order, example of zeroth order reaction. Okay. Next, what are the we'll put it like this. We will discuss what is collision theory. Collision theory of हे झालं collision theory of bimolecular reactions. Students, let me tell you, for a chemical reaction to take place, the reactant molecules need to collide with each other. Okay. Any chemical reactions undergoes by only the collision between the reactant molecules. Okay, point number 1. Point number 2 is something called as activation energy. Activation energy is what? You know, for the chemical reaction to take place such that the reactant molecules get converted into product, the reactant molecules should collide with a certain minimum kinetic energy. I'll repeat, for a chemical reaction to take place, meaning for the reactants to get converted into products, the reactant molecules should collide with certain minimum energy, and that energy is called activation energy. Okay, so first of all, collision theory states that chemical reactions are only possible when there is collision between the reactant molecules. Second factor is activation energy, means the reactant molecules should collide with certain minimum kinetic energy only. Below it, chemical reaction will not occur. Minimum energy and above it, chemical reaction will occur such that the reactant molecules will collide and get converted into product. That minimum kinetic energy of the reactant molecules is called as activation energy. Simple. Third is orientation. Orientation of reactant molecules. Students, if you take a reactant A and you take a reactant CB, this, if the alignment or the orientation of the reactant molecules is such, it's as shown in the figure here, then it is impossible for the reaction to take place. Meaning काय होतं माहिती आहे की the orientation of the reactant molecules should be in such a way that the molecules which react should collide. जे मॉलिक्यूल्स एकमेकांशी रिॲक्ट होणार, रिॲक्टंट पैकी जे मॉलिक्यूल्स एकमेकांना रिॲक्ट होणार ना, they should collide. So if you take a reactant A and when you make it to react with another reactant molecule BC, the reaction is not possible because C will never react with A. On the other hand, if the orientation is like this, reactant A is this, and reactant B is like this, the other reactant is like this, then it is possible here. This is reactant A, this is BC here. Then the bond is possible. This is AB plus C. Okay, AB plus C. It's very important that the reactant molecules should be oriented in such a way that the reactant molecules should approach each other. म्हणजे जे molecules undergo reaction ते एकमेकांना approach केले पाहिजे. Like A and B should approach, not C and A should approach, because C doesn't react with A. That's it. Students, exactly what happens here? This is reactant A plus B. This is reactant B and C. Actually, in between, there is a formation of intermediate, okay, which involves formation of bond AB and simultaneous breaking of bond BC. Okay, for formation of bond AB and breaking of bond BC, the reactant molecules should possess a certain energy which is called as activation energy, which I have already discussed here. This is the graph here. This is a typical barrier which is called as potential energy barrier. Students, reactant, हे reactants आहेत तुमचे आणि हे प्रोडक्ट्स आहेत. सांगायचं काय, आणि ही हीट एनर्जी वेस्टेज कळतंय. रिएक्टंट मॉलिक्यूल्स have to cross this barrier to get converted into product. This barrier is called as potential energy barrier. In brief language, it is denoted by EA, and that is called as activation energy. Okay, the fraction of the molecules possessing all the reactant molecules do not possess activation energy. The fraction of the molecules which possess activation energy is given by F is equal to e raised to minus EA divided by RT. Ends the job. कळते मुलांना? That is today's package. Yes? Is it fine with you? बरं, in the next period will be the last period I will be teaching, and that is the Arrhenius theory. That will end the topic, students, and then I will start with the problems and ionic equilibrium. Ends the job. We'll stop.